Whenever I would read my kids' Dr. Seuss books, or a Winnie the Pooh thing, say, I bet I could do that. But I'd never gotten around to really trying. So we picked the parable of the Good Samaritan, which is actually one of the only New Testament things we've ever done. Because the New Testament, we made the rule on day one that we won't portray Jesus as a vegetable, so that wipes out the Gospels, and then everything else is pretty much a letter, and so that wipes out those, because animating letters is not very much fun. But the parables are really interesting. So we took the parable of the Good Samaritan, and I wanted to just, as if Dr. Seuss, came back to life and decided to write the Good Samaritan.
Oh my,
said the doctor.
He's wearing a pot. The little one there is from Gibber-de-Lott. You saved this fellow? You pulled him through it? I don't understand. Tell me, why did you do it?
Actually, it came pretty easily, and it was really, really fun. And it took a long time. It's laborious, because you have to figure out how many stanzas does this whole thing have to be the right length. And then, so, here's the storyline. So how many stanzas, to get from point A to point B, and then how many stanzas to get from point B to point C, which is very different than just writing a normal script. And then you get into each particular stanza. Okay, what do I have to say in this stanza, to get to the next stanza? And then I have to make it rhyme. And sometimes, if you're not careful, your quest for a rhyme will actually change the course of the plot. And sometimes you'll just, you'll go way out of your way to make a rhyme you want, like lobster. I want to use the lobster. So mobster is the only thing I can think of right now that rhymes with lobster, so I guess I need mobsters.
One Floridian fellow who hated to fight tried hard not to act like a mobster. While pots crashed around him from morning till night, he'd just play with his pet wind-up lobster.
I hadn't hired any designers, so I designed Flibberaloo, the hills, did little pencil sketches, and then Chris Olson, was charged with building it, but he also, because I would only do pencil sketches, he had to pick the colors for everything, all the way through with The Toy That Saved Christmas. And that's right about the time we brought in Joe Sapulich, who actually drew with colors, and that changed everything. I did the basic sketches on here's what the hills look like, here's what the towns look like, and these guys have pots on their head, and these guys have shoes on their head. The shoes on their head was inspired by Terry Gilliam's Brazil. Some of the aristocratic women in that film actually wear very elaborate hats with giant upside-down shoes in them, and it's never mentioned. They never point it out. It's just one of the details. And I love that kind of bizarre, why is that? Not even going to try to explain it. It was really delightful. I just loved it. Loved writing it, loved seeing it come to life, the way that verse, will bring a rhythm to a film, is really, really fun. And it was time consuming, so I didn't try it again, for quite a while until we got to A Snoodle's Tale. It was, like 5 years later, 6 years later.
Ah, maybe you understand better this way. Is that music?
I'm busy, dreadfully busy. You've no idea what I have to do. Busy, shockingly busy. Much too busy for you.
Oh, I see.
Each other then said with a smile,
We're busy, dreadfully busy. You've no idea what we have to do. Busy, shockingly busy. Much too busy for you. 'Cause we're busy, frightfully busy. More than a bumblebee, more than an ant. Busy, horribly busy. We'd love to help, but we can't.
Don't understand. Tell me, why did you do it?
He has a shoe and I have a pot, but when we look deeper, there's more that we've got. God made us special there, now I can see. If you're special to him, then you're special to me. Love your neighbor. When someone helps you, then you'll understand. When you love your neighbor, you see someone who's hurt or in need, maybe it's time to perform a good deed. And when you finish, you'll find that it's true. When you make them feel better, you'll feel better too. Here, let me help you.
Thank you.
Oh, love your neighbor.